Hello, aviators. Welcome to the Pro Pilot Playbook podcast, where we give you the tips, tricks, and hacks to become an airplane pilot professionally, faster and cheaper. I'm Mike Martin.
And I'm Sean Richey. Welcome to 2025, baby.
Oh, yeah. We got a great episode. You know, we did this last year, and this is going to be a rerun of last year. We're like Aerosmith. We just spew the same stuff over and over again, but it's important, man. And the video that we made last year was the start of 2024. We've had several people that by the end of the year were in the cockpit of an airplane that said that video was what got them jump started. So yeah. we were thinking today, it's January 23rd when we're filming this. We're a little late doing it, but we're like, man, we got to do another one because it did affect some people. So
right, and the channel has grown major. The channel has tripled in subscribers. The views have gone; they're off the charts.
Yes,
Mike, I pulled all this data, and it's pretty crazy. And to think that even if 1 out of 10 people that watched one of those videos we helped is I don't know. It just makes me feel good, man. That this has always been a passion project for us, and something to give back, and it is working, and it's very evident when we talk to people like in our coaching class and everything like that. But we wanted to do this video again. It's almost a rehash, just like you said, but instead of just jumping right back in and dropping some of the episodes, which we've already filmed, we wanted to give a little intro, and it's a little jumpstart motivation to anyone out there who's on the fence, kicking the tires, thinking about becoming a professional pilot.
Yes, totally. Yeah, so our video last year that was successful is we just talked about you need to set your goals for 2025. It's January now, and if your goal is to become a pilot, you really need to start working towards that goal, because the next thing you know, another year is going to go by, another bunch of podcasts you watched, and you're going to be in the same position that you were last year. So we want to really encourage people to get started.
The Mike Martin famous quote, not doing something
is doing something.
Exactly.
Yes. The great Jim Rome, in 10 years, if you don't do what you want to do, you're going to end up driving what you want to drive, not making what you want to make, living where you don't want to live, right?
Actually, yep. And the follow-on, another Jim quote is, if you want something you've never had, you got to go do something you've never done.
Love it. Yeah. So we want to encourage people, get out to the airport, take small steps if you need to, but you need to just do more than just watching these videos. There's lots of opportunity available. We've got hours and hours of free content on YouTube to help you get started, get in your right direction. You need to get out to the airport. There's an old adage, just hanging out at the airport is like the old adage, if you sit in the barber shop long enough, you'll end up with a haircut.
Yep.
So go out to the airport, start meeting people, talking to people, take a discovery flight, get your medical, and start getting things rolling, because you can do this. And what Sean brought up, and one of the things we announced on the last video, because I skimmed it today from last year to kind of see how we did and what we talked about, is we just rolled out that online weekly coaching last year. And This is a cool thing, and this isn't a sales pitch, but it is awesome. So once a week, we meet via Zoom with any pilot, inspiring pilot or current pilot that wants to get on it, and you guys can ask us questions. But not only that, we work with the other people in the group, console the other people and network, and the whole thing has grown wonderfully. But the point of this is what Sean brought up earlier, is not only we're seeing the transformation in front of our very eyes. We get these guys that have joined last year. Colin did a video with us on how he got his CFI in 6 months from 0 hours. He was one of our coaching customers, but we have countless people
in less than 50 grand.
Yeah. They're doing it, and now they're flying and they're making money for a living. And it's like 6 or 8 months later, and we're watching this happen right before our eyes. And these people, I can't stress this enough, they're not smarter than you, whoever's watching. These are people of average intelligence. Some of them have no money whatsoever. Some of them, have a second career and they do have some money. Yes, that's different. But people of all walks of life are doing this, and you all can do it also,
Right. And Colin's actually a unique situation because, through our relationship with him and on the coaching call weekly, and these folks become friends basically. And I had an empty trip, an empty leg. This was all filmed. Maybe we'll drop some of this on the show, but Colin rode with me on an empty leg in the jet, in the cockpit. It was a single pilot trip for me, and he got to fly his first jet. Actually, it was more first than that, because it was the first time he was in the flight levels. It was the first time he was going faster than, a couple hundred knots. This was something he's going to remember for the rest of his life, and I got to be part of that. And I don't know. It's just all so special. It's awesome.
Yes, we've been friends with a lot of Brandon, who did the failed check ride video. He joined our coaching. That's how we met him, and we talk to him regularly. I've connected with him in Fort Lauderdale when I've been down there. So yeah, it's a great thing, but this isn't an advertisement for that. And honestly, if you get motivated by this video, pull up the one from last January that we wrote up. I talk about the Tony Robbins adage about the thermostat. This is one of the most brilliant things I think I've ever read in my life about human behavior, and I explain it in more detail in that video there. But basically, you have a thermostat in your body, and it's set to 72 degrees, let's say. And if your life conditions change, and you start gaining weight, and you're losing your job, or your relationships are failing, and that kind of indicates your temperature is falling to like 65. And the heaters kick on, and you start taking action, and you bring yourself back up to that 72 degrees. But what can also happen in reverse that people don't think about, which is the brilliant part of this, is when things start going well, you're making money, you're making your relationships are good, you're closing deals, if you're a salesman, whatever you are, and you get above 72, you start getting up in the 80s, the high 70s, the 80s. Well, then the air conditioner kicks on, right? And you're like, I'm kicking back. I'm not going to study that. I'm not.
Everything's going good.
Yeah. And then you cool back down to your comfort zone of 72. So what we like to tell people is that analogy is brilliant for our viewers, that you need to maintain that. You need to maintain that climbing temperature and get things done and get motivated, because flying, if you have the bug and you're watching this channel, there's almost no way you're not going to like doing it. Because Sean and I, we talk about how fun it is and what we do and all that stuff, but really it's hard to really put into words all the aspects of the job, the travel and all these things. And we just really know that you don't hear of many people that get into aviation, get a job, start making money, and go, this sucks, and then they go become an accountant or something. It almost never happens.
Yep. We get guys all the time calling us who are very professional careers, not necessarily, dentist. We have the dentist the one time. Guys making, deep into six figures. A very successful career compared to most folks. Yep. And they want to become a pilot. They want to go career 2.0 and become a pilot. Rarely, ever, or never have I heard of somebody that's a professional pilot wanting to swap over to become, some guy that's working and running an office somewhere. Right. It just doesn't happen. It's a very fulfilling career. And like I just said, if you want that thing you've never had, you got to do something you've never done. And it could be something as simple as just getting in your car and driving over to the airport if you got an extra hour and talk to somebody.
Totally.
And it could change your life. Absolutely. And for those of you watching this, and like Mike just mentioned, this is January of 2025. Right now we came off of, all the hiring, the pilot shortage stuff. We had the surge after the COVID thing of trying to get bodies, pilots back into airplanes to get America flying, the whole world flying again. And then we've run into some slowdowns here recently because the majors have stopped hiring. That trickles all the way down through the regionals, right down to the flight instructor level of no movement. But it's 100% being driven by Boeing not delivering airplanes, Airbus not delivering airplanes because of engine manufacturers and whatever. It's a global supply chain thing here to build one of these machines. There's a lot of parts on these things. But this stuff is starting to work its way out. There is very much still a pilot shortage. If you pull any of the reports and you see the number of pilots who are retiring, mandatory retirement from the airlines, there is no avoiding a pilot shortage. It's going to continue for the next several years. And my prediction, and it has been for a while, as soon as this hiring kicks back on again at the major level, the surge is going to be right back. It may not be as drastic as the COVID thing because that was 100%. Somebody pulled the main breaker and shut everything down. But this is, it's going to be damn close to what we had. There's going to be another surge. And if you start training right now, you're going to be in the prime position to take advantage of this thing. And man, you know, I said it last year in our video, and I want to say it again because I think it's such a powerful statement. Rarely ever do we regret the things that we did in life. It's the things we didn't do. Those are the things that hurt and sting and cause pain and regret.
Yes.
Get out there and take action.
Yep. So, yeah, put this video down and start working towards your pilot career.
We got a lot of great shows planned, too. A lot of awesome interviews. We got a lot of stuff already recorded. We're going to be dropping here pretty regularly. And some really cool interviews, too, with some guests, actually some big-name guests. And Mike and I were actually interviewed by a pretty big name. I'm not even sure that we got any of that out, but we do have a little video we can put up of that. But a lot of good stuff coming here this year. For not only for the guy trying to become a pilot, but for those who view our show, we got some good stuff.
Yep. So don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to be on our show, just email us at podcast@propilotplaybook.com. We really appreciate. That's how we get a lot of our customers. Is people like you think that you have a great story, just send us a synopsis of that, and we'd be happy to make time to get you on the show. So until then, like and subscribe. We appreciate all your viewers. If the viewership didn't grow like it has and all of that, we wouldn't keep doing it. So thanks for watching.
Take action.